Hi, Yara.
Hi.
Thank you so much for being here.
My pleasure.
I had the opportunity to listen to your Essence Young Hollywood speech.
Oh,
And
yeah.
it was incredibly moving. My question
Thank you.
is, what has your character Zoey taught you about your own blackness? And do you ever feel that you need to conform or you've been challenged to conform to the industry's beauty standards?
Okay. So answering the first part of what Zoe has taught me, I feel like Zoe and being on a project like Blackish finally gave me a term to describe myself. Just because I know a lot of people were like, what in the world does Blackish mean? When the billboards went up everywhere and no one knew what was happening. There was no explanation, just Blackish. And while it could have been off-putting at first, I realized just in being on a show like Blackish, being somebody that is half black and half Iranian and proud of both sides, it gave me a community of people that identify as Blackish, because so many times, if you are of any race, there is a certain almost feeling, whether people put this on you or you put this on yourself, this meter of like, how black am I, how Iranian am I? And it's hard when you're both to feel as though you can coexist as both and be fully both. And so I think being Blackish was the perfect word, because it described both the fact that I can be biracial and proud of my heritage on both sides, as well as accepting the fact that we live in a point in time in which a lot of my behaviors or a lot of the culture that I consume is an amalgamation of so many other people's cultures. And so there is that ish on the end to represent every other thing that I'm intaking from the people in the world around me. And then when it comes to the beauty standards of Hollywood, fortunately, I've been protected by my team, by my mother, by my parents, just to not feel that kind of pressure. And I think part of that comes with being so specific with what roles I would even audition for, just because I think more than beauty standards, there's just a standard of being. And so more than what you are supposed to look like, it's what you're supposed to act like. And I think that can be a little more intimidating, just because I think just being an actor and coming from this space of wanting to be a creative and wanting to live and take whatever creative, cool, juicy role you get, it can be disheartening when it's like, okay, I've seen 10 character descriptions with the word urban. I mean, I got a script in which one character just kind of talked in hashtags, and I was like, what, hashtag what? But I think because of just being so specific with what I ended up even choosing to pursue, it's protected me from that feeling of conformity or that feeling of needing to fit in. And I mean, even with Zoe, we've been on such a journey with her, and that growth has been so intentional, because I realized she is an intersection of multiple identities, like we were talking about. Not only is she a young woman of color, but she represents her generation as well. And so I think there is easily a stereotype placed on like ages and just what it means to be a teenager and what it means to be I think so many times social unawareness is even promoted in what we see, in which we live in a bubble that is not broken until we reach adulthood. And I feel like for so many of my peers, that's not our truth. And so to be on a journey in which I may not agree with what Zoe does, but at least we see this multifaceted aspect of her in which she can be completely self-involved for one episode. And then the next episode you see, she's taken one for the team, because that's what she cares about. She cares about her family. She cares about her school and her society. And then she's back to taking selfies. And I like the fact that she can go from both extremes, or she can be right in the middle, too. Yeah, thank you.